was the way you're sitting, your posture, your lethargic responses to my...
Yes, I get it. I was using a bit of sarcasm there.
Sarcasm. I've no use for that myself.
You? No use for sarcasm. What about that prospective client you told, and I quote, "You appear to be lost in thought. Shall I send a rescue party?"
That wasn't sarcasm. I was merely stating facts.
Okay. What about that other guy you told, and I quote again, "I don't think you're a fool. But what's my opinion compared to thousands of others?"
You're the second to last person I expected to walk through that door.
I'm honored.
You always do make quite the entrance.
Well, I have quite the proposition.
The answer is absolutely and emphatically no. But do continue.
Let's see. What story do I tell this time?
Let me start it for you. Dear Sherlock, the FBI finds itself, in short, utterly and unequivocally outmatched. In a dire situation far beyond the Bureau's expertise and ability. It is in this, dear Sherlock, our hour of greatest need, that we call upon our most loyal lapdog to lick our wounds and solve the unsolvable. Am I getting warm?
You've worked for the FBI before, haven't you?
One too many times.
Well, we're going to need you. One last time.
I doubt it. Plus, I don't play for your team anymore. Especially not after what happened.
We apologize for that incident. Privately.
Look, Sherlock, I'll level with you. It's exactly the way you laid it out.
Surprise.
Yes, well, I'm underfunded. And quite frankly, I'm operating well beyond my pay grade.
You know I wouldn't turn to him unless I had no other option. You know he would take the case.
You know nothing about what he would do.
No, but I do know you, Sherlock. I know you wouldn't turn down a friend in me.
We are not friends.
I wasn't talking about me.
You would better start making sense, and fast.
What do you know of the criminal organization calling themselves the Masks?
Nothing.
Nothing?
It's been a rough few years.
It wounded you deeply, didn't it?
How he just left you like that?
Careful, Barnes.
Okay. Anyways, back to the masks. They're an international rogue organization that, for the last decade or so, has been mostly dormant. Recently, they re-entered the FBI's rather concentrated sphere of active concern when they abducted a citizen of the United States. Now, their motivations, they're unrevealed, but they're certainly sinister.
Barnes, you've always told quite the tale. Sounds like a very interesting case. I hope you find someone to solve it for you. Ta.
Stop! Stop acting like you don't know who they abducted. You know why I'm here. Why I need you.
You found him?
Kind of. It's complicated. We know the masks took him. We just don't know exactly where he is.
Is he in the country?
We think he's close.
Know this, Barnes. If anything happens to him, I'm holding you personally responsible.
The FBI assures that...
You, Barnes!
Look! Sherlock, you of all people know I can't make that guarantee. If you want to see Holmes again, I'm your best shot. You're ours.
I can't do this on my own. I'm gonna need a team.
I've already put one together for you. In fact, first team member should be arriving any minute.
Can hardly wait. Who are you?
The name's Doyle. Hello, Doyle.
Where'd you find this one, Barnes?
Doyle is the best that Odyssey has to offer. Given the town's close proximity, he's the natural choice. He's no Holmes, but he'll be a valuable asset to the team. He's even done some work in the local area, so he knows the geography.
Oh, and do tell him about my remarkable ability to blend in any crowd. I'm virtually invisible when on the case.
Maybe in 1929. What are you wearing?
These are my crime-fighting dungarees, worn with my coat of shadows and my dear stalker, which I may have possibly accidentally left at home.
I can't work with this guy.
Oh, come on, Sherlock. But think of him as your brawn.
I need brain more than brawn.
I knew you'd say that. I've got that taken care of.
Come in.
Huh?
Ah yes, meet the additional member of your team, Cassandra Fields. Recently graduated from Michigan State University, degree in criminal justice, top of her class, brightest the Bureau has to offer.
What does that really tell me?
If it involves technology, she knows it. She'll be a real asset to those less familiar with modern technology.
They're hiring young these days, aren't they, Barnes?
The FBI recently phased out its more fossilized agents. I wonder what's holding up this organization.
Well, now that introductions are complete, I'd like to talk to Sherlock privately, so if you guys don't mind.
I don't even know where to begin.
I do have a lead. Just one. James Streams. It's just local riffraff, but our intel says that he's been in constant contact with the masks. Miss Fields will inform me on the way to the meeting.
You mean to tell me this guy's been dealing with the mask, and you just scheduled a meeting with him, easy as that?
Streams is a scallywag and a snake. He'll talk to anyone if the price is right.
You're not giving me much to go on here, Barnes.
I know I'm not giving you a lot to go on, Sherlock. But it's the only lead we have right now.
It's my fault. All of this. I drove him away. I don't know what I'll do if anything happens to him.
You're a broken man, Sherlock. I hope you put yourself back together enough to see this through.
He's not coming. I knew he wouldn't.
He'll be here. He's just running a tad late.
It's been an hour.
Mr. Barnes said that Sherlock would meet us here, and I don't intend to leave until he does. The name's Doyle, by the way. Harlow Doyle.
I know. I read the dossier.
You mean that yellow folder thingy? I didn't read it because it said classified on it. That means you must know what we're doing here.
No, Mr. Doyle. To be honest, I don't know what we're doing here.
Wasn't it in that dossier? That yellow folder thingy with the classified thing on it.
That's not what I mean. The FBI has a hyper-specialized team of elite agents that handles all hostage rescue operations. We're in way over our head here. I don't know why Barnes has decided to entrust such an important mission to a couple of washed-up detectives who can't even wear their socks right side out.
I'm going to choose to ignore that. I'm sure Barnes had a good reason for hiring us. He and Sherlock seem to have a history. I, for one, feel quite optimistic about this case.
You obviously didn't read the dossier.
Sorry I'm late.
Are you really, though?
Bluff called. Who would want to miss all this fun?
Your car.
What about it? I mean, it's seen some miles, sure, but it's sturdy.
It looks like you deliberately put it in harm's way. And putting it in harm's way was not necessary.
I make do with what I have, okay? Can we just get on with this? I have a date with myself for dinner tonight, and I'd hate to miss it.
I agree. Let's get started. We should probably do a mission brief, since obviously no one read the dossier that the FBI provided.
If by mission brief you mean overly wordy file of boredom that your goons provided me with, yeah, didn't read. Actually, I have a better plan. You all follow my lead and stay out of my way.
Huh. That plan sounds easy enough.
Hey, Marlo, didn't you say you knew this Streams guy?
It's Hollow. And yes, I have encountered Mr. Streams before. As much as I would like to erase that from my memory.
Excellent. Now, how would you go about getting him to share some dirty details about some people that he probably wouldn't want to blow the whistle on?
James Streams does have one weakness. His Achilles heel, if you will.
Great. We exploit said weakness and find out where they're keeping Holmes. See? Great plan. Didn't even have to write it down. All right, Harlem. What's Stream's weakness?
I'll tell you on the way.
Streams is very much not here. Great plan you boys have put together.
He'll be here. He's always here. See? I told you he'd be here.
Well, here we go.
Remember, Streams is a little skittish, so let me do the talking.
Hey, Streams! It's me, Hollow Doyle!
What are you doing here, man? These ain't your streets. You know that as much as anyone.
I'm in need of some information.
I ain't telling you nothing. I ain't no squealer. You ought to take your funny friends right back from where they came from before someone gets hurt.
We can make it worth your while.
Who are they? They cops? Did you bring cops?
I'm not a cop, but I do have something that can make this worth your while.
I'm listening. You've made some mighty interesting friends, Doyle. What is it he's looking at now?
The masks. We heard you were working with them, and we need to know where they are.
You guys are pulling my leg. You oughtn't to play with me like that. I ain't never worked for no Besides, even if I did, you fellas won't want to be messing with them.
Look, James, we need to find these guys. They took a friend of his, and we intend to get him back.
Ain't nobody comes back from them once they got him.
Streams. Please tell us.
No. I ain't no squealer. Not me, no. Not squealing on them. The airport. They're taking him to the airport. And after that, who knows where?
When?
Tomorrow at dawn, sure as I can tell. But you don't want to go there. He'll be there. He'll catch you too, and that'll be the end of you. Listen to Streams. Stay away from there. Mark my words.
That was unsettling. James is a weasel, but I've never seen him that nervous before.
I'll call Barnes and tell him what we've learned. I'm sure he'll put HRT on it right away, and we'll get your friend back safe and sound.
No. We go alone.
Are you crazy? You heard Streams. These are bad guys. We can't do this by ourselves.
Barnes put me in charge of this mission, and I'm going to execute it the way I see fit. I'm not going to let him go in there, roll in with his military parade, and scare them off before we even get him. We're going to go in quick and clean, and we're going to get Holmes before they even knew what hit him.
This is a bad plan, Sherlock. We need backup.
This is going to work. Are you with me?
Sure thing. Let's get him.
Okay, Sherlock. We'll do it your way this time, but this had better work.
You sure Stream's intel was good, Boyle?
Doyle, for the 1000th time, it's Doyle.
What was that, Harley?
This is the place. Streams hardly ever lies.
Just to be clear, we still have no concrete plan for how to engage with the masks when they get here.
The plan is to adapt to whatever happens and get Holmes. We could come up with a highly detailed plan, which we would inevitably throw out the second things went wrong, or we could react fluidly to the situation that we encounter.
Why didn't I think of that? What a great planning method. I'm sure that's why the FBI painstakingly plans every detail of their operations, because it doesn't work.
You can sing the FBI's praises all you want, but they aren't here now, and they couldn't come up with any better intel than what we got ourselves.
You didn't let me get them involved. They should be here. We're not equipped for this.
Oh, sure we are. Take Sawyer here, for instance. Hey, Barlow, what combat experience do you have?
I'm a black belt at origami. In 3 seconds, I can fold you into a paper duck.
See? Practically a weapon machine. I'm sure they teach you all sorts of different fighting techniques at FBI school. What do we have to worry about?
And I suppose you're an expert at hand-to-hand combat as well.
Fought a lot with my sisters growing up.
You have sisters?
Yes, Doyle. You might be surprised to learn that Sherlock is the youngest of 3 children. He has 2 sisters. Sharon the eldest, and Micra the middle child.
Aw, how sweet.
You would think. Sadly, Sherlock and his family are not on the best of terms currently. A common theme with those who associate with him.
You should have brought them along. What fun that would be.
Not fun. You haven't met them, trust me. Not fun.
Guys, we've got company.
Sherlock! Sherlock!
Run.
Are you kidding me?
Why all the hurry?
Where's Carlo?
Coming, I think. Now would be a good time for that dynamic plan of yours.
Working on it.
That's our man.
We have the drop on them.
Whatever we're gonna do, we'd better do it fast.
Can you take the 2 by the door?
Obviously.
What about me?
You get the 2 by the car. I'm going for Holmes. Now.
That won't happen again. All right, you got your weapon, right? I don't know where it is. What do you...
Ow!
What are you doing? Oh!
No. Sorta. Exactly how I planned.
Get him out of here. What are you waiting for? Get him. Let's go! Let's go!
Sherlock! We got one of them. Sherlock! Sherlock! Doyle! Sherlock! Sherlock!
Well, that was an extreme solution.
Desperate times. Go get the mask into the car and then help me with Hothead over here.
Yes, ma'am.
You pack a mean wallop, Miss Fields.
You're welcome. It's called the Hothead Protocol. The FBI prefers that you don't kill our key witnesses.
Wasn't gonna kill him. Not quite.
You saw him, Sherlock. He's just a kid.
Any more outbursts like that, and I'm shutting this thing down. I don't care what authority Barnes gave you. We don't operate like that. We're supposed to be the good guys.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Sorry to interrupt, but our friend's awake.
Well, let's see what this pipsqueak knows.
Whoa, whoa, big guy. Let's not rush into this one.
We're not gonna have a repeat of the airport fiasco. This time, we make a plan.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
Hey. Shh. I believe you. But I'm not the one you have to convince.
Hello. The name's Doyle. Hello, Doyle. Oh, yeah.
Hi?
You've been through a lot. You must be hungry.
I could eat.
Of course. I'll get you something to eat right away.
Oh, I get it.
Sorry, mate.
You're just doing the good cop, bad cop thing. This is just a shakedown, isn't it?
Shakedown? I don't know what you call it, but I call it good manners.
When I said make a plan, this is not what I had in mind.
Come on, everything's going exactly the way I expected.
There's standard procedure for interrogating witnesses. Plus, I don't see how a loaf of bread is in any way a useful method of interrogation.
Just wait.
It's gonna take more than a butter knife to make me talk. I've endured far worse.
Ah, finally. I thought I'd lost it.
What's that?
Vegemite.
What? How did you... But you can't.
Why not? I'm just being neighborly. This is really good. You should try some.
No, get away from me. You can't make me eat that.
We wouldn't want you to go hungry now, would we? Come on, just one bite.
No, stop it. I'll talk.
Where did they take Holmes? Hey. Pull yourself together, lad.
The academy. He said the academy. I don't know what it means. It was just a job. I overheard them talking. They just said the academy.
What a waste. He didn't know anything.
I need to go back to the office.
Why?
Just trust me. I need to dig up some old files.
What do we do with the ugly goon?
Call Barnes. Tell him we have a present for him. Don't worry about it. I'll get it. I'll meet you in the car.
Thank you.
The academy. That's all you heard.
Yes. Except he knew you'd be at the airport.
They should have brought more men.
He's going to find you. And no stupid mask will save you when he does.
Counting on it, Mr. Holmes. I'm counting on it.
This is disconcerting.
Can't be. Is it?
What are you looking for?
Sherlock. I think they, whoever they is, took whatever you're looking for.
They couldn't find it. They wouldn't know where to look.
The masks knew where to find you.
Then why didn't they? I was here for 3 years collecting dust. Why only now?
The airport. Perhaps that's what put you on their radar.
Regardless of the motive, this isn't safe anymore. We need to move somewhere else.
Safe? Where might that be? The masks know everything about us, it seems, so what's the point? Where is safe?
The FBI has safe houses.
Do they? Safe houses, you say? Barnes and your precious FBI. It's not a trump card, you know.
You've had a tough day. You just need a break, okay? So come with us, and we'll take you somewhere safe.
No.
Sherlock, let us help you.
Why? Why would I know you want to help me?
We're on the same team here.
Are we? The same team, you say? Why is it then that the mask knew we would be at the airport?
What?
Oh, yes. You see, I can get my own intel sometimes, and it turns out our little prisoner had more to say than what he told Doyle. They knew we were at the airport, and now they beat us back here. None of that looks the least bit suspicious to you, does it?
What are you implying?
I don't know, Miss Fields. I sure didn't tell them.
You think I told them? You think I'm some kind of masked double agent?
You tell me.
Oh, grow up. You know what? I almost wish I was. Anything would be better than babysitting some washed up private detective who's constantly groveling under the shadow of what he used to be.
Cass.
Do you really think finding him will change anything about your miserable life? Holmes moved on before all of this.
Get out.
Sherlock, she didn't mean to.
Get out!
Ugh, you won't rescue him. He's probably dead already. Barnes should have picked someone. Anyone else. That man.
He's had a rough go of late. Surely you understand how upset he must be.
He's upset? I'm upset. I didn't go through all those years of FBI training to get stuck with some two-bit detective who's on the edge of a psychotic break.
He just lost his best friend. We'd all be in bad shape if we were in his shoes.
I would not turn out like that.
I guess this is it then. Sherlock obviously doesn't want to help. And at this point, we really don't have much to go on.
You're just gonna give up? Just like that?
Sherlock doesn't trust us, and he couldn't even find anything on that lead anyway.
About that lead.
What about it?
Leading up to this mission, I did quite a bit of research. Even read the dossier, as crazy as that sounds.
Very funny. Go on.
I did some research on Sherlock. And you.
Me? Why me?
Just consider it covering all of the bases. Turns out you and Sherlock attended the same detective school.
We did?
Yeah?
So I did. My goodness, I'd almost forgotten.
I suppose you also forgot what the school was named?
You supposed correctly.
International Private Investigator Academy, or IPIA for short. Students there nicknamed it the Academy.
The Academy? Things just got very interesting. Didn't that place shut down?
Yeah, 10 years ago. Some controversy with one of the professors there. Professor... I forget his name. I don't know, I didn't read that far into it.
So you think they took Holmes there? Why would they do that? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, but I think we have our lead.
Cass, you don't plan on going there without Sherlock, do you?
Look, if he wants to go back to sulking in the shadows, then let him. We can rescue Holmes ourselves.
This seems like a bad idea.
It's the best bad idea we've got. Are you with me?
Well, the only alternative is to go home and finish watching Magnum P.I. I'm in.
Little brother.
Sisters?
Don't get up on our account, Sherlock.
And to what do I owe the pleasure of your visit this time? Come to gloat? Again?
Oh, little brother, you're such a pill. Do two sisters need a reason to visit their beloved brother? Did we catch you at a bad time?
As a matter of fact...
Good. If you were prepared for our arrival, that would simply be disingenuous.
How kind of you to approach me so sincerely.
Enough small talk, Shirley.
Don't call me that. I don't like it when you... I'll tell Mother.
What mess are you in this time?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, come on, Sherlock. Let us in on the fun. We get so bored at the estate. Give us something we can engage our minds with.
It's nothing. Not worth the bother.
It's no bother, brother. We've always tried to help you with you being the slow one in the family. This doesn't have to do with that dim-witted fool you chose to shackle yourself with, does it? What was his name? Gnomes, was it?
It's Holmes. And no, this has nothing to do with him. Just leave him out of this.
Is that so? You always were a terrible liar. Ah, another kidnapping by the Masks. Really, Sherlock, I can't believe you haven't broken up that ragtag gang of misfits by now. They really are beneath you, even with your weakened intellect.
I'm open to ideas.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Don't worry, you'll think of something. After all, we did. Just now, actually, and we've only known about the case for a couple minutes. See, dear brother, it really isn't that hard. If only some of the intellectual savvy was left when you came along.
So you did just come to gloat. If you don't have any constructive assistance to offer, I don't know why you even bothered coming. Micra? Sharon? Oh, Sherlock. You really are losing it now, aren't you? I guess they're right. Can't be that hard.
Miss Fields gave me a call.
Figured she would.
You know the members of my team have been extensively screened before being accepted.
I doubt that. I mean, they let you in, didn't they?
You have absolutely no distinction between allies and enemies, do you?
The lines get so blurred sometimes.
Miss Fields and Mr. Doyle are not your enemy. Neither am I. You once told me you couldn't do this on your own.
Well, I once thought your goons could be trusted. But here we are with the mask tracking my every move and knowing what I'm thinking before I even do. Things change.
Look, you've tracked them down this far. Let me put HRT on this and they'll bring Holmes back, safe and sound.
No.
They could kill you, and Holmes too.
If they wanted to kill Holmes, he would be dead already.
He may be dead already.
Either way, this isn't solving anything. We're done here.
Sherlock, you know I want to bring Holmes back safe just as much as you do.
No. No, you don't.
Let me help you, Sherlock. There are lives on the line.
I'm doing this on my own. Needs to be me.
You know he'll kill you.
Just stay out of my way.
I've almost got it. can't see any bad guys.
That's kind of the point.
Where do you think they're keeping Holmes?
I'm not sure, but
Boss said be in the gymnasium. Who died in king? You know, Boss has been getting real touchy lately. I know. This deal's getting worse and worse every time.
well, we can start by checking up there.
The stairs?
Yes.
Well, then after you.
All right, Hank. You'll be the Germans. Why do I have to be the bad guys?
What did you see?
3 of them. We can't go that way.
Did you see where they're keeping Holmes?
I couldn't see anything.
Check again. Wait, what? Here?
Where do you think he's going? I don't know. Wait! Message from Sherlock!
What? Watch him. Gymnasium, please. Immediately. Night would be preferable. What?
But it won't be night for another 4 hours. What does he mean? Well, if he wasn't a friend of Sherlock's, then our goose is cooked.
Hopefully he was. Funny though, I didn't think he had friends.
So what do we do now?
Well, he said immediately and at night. Okay, we need to cut the power. Where is it?
You think it would be clearly marked?
He's coming.
What if he had another message from Sherlock?
I'll take my chances.
Okay. Surprising, isn't it?
What?
I really thought Sherlock would sit this one out. But now it seems like he's planning something.
I'm not really sure that was a message from Sherlock.
If it wasn't, I think they would have found us by now.
Maybe we're just that good.
No, I think it's all part of Sherlock's plan.
Look, Doyle, I wouldn't put a lot of stock in Sherlock coming to save the day. You saw him back at the office. Do you really think that Sherlock was capable of formulating anything resembling a plan?
I don't really think that Sherlock is the Sherlock that I remember.
I didn't think you remembered Sherlock from your academy days.
The memory had got a bit fuzzy, but that's only because I hadn't thought of it in such a long time.
So he wasn't always so unhinged.
He was always unpredictable, but he wasn't always so melancholy. You know he graduated top of his class.
I find that hard to believe.
Discovery now would put entire mission in jeopardy. Assailant armed. Smith & Wesson 38 Special. Trigger speed, quarter of a second. Target acquisition time, 1.7 seconds. Disadvantages. High visibility, detection inevitable. Deadly weapon, firing will alert others. Crying out will alert others.
He's here!
Opponent weaknesses. medium range weapon, effectiveness negated in close quarters. Right leg favored, old injury. Trigger finger, excitable. First, grab barrel, twist laterally, dislocating index finger. Second, searing pain in right hand will trigger vocal reflex, silent scream, jab to solar plexus. Hand burning, when knocked out, opponent will attempt desperate left, deploy elbow block, counter with valgus stressor to tibiofibular joint. In summary, index finger dislocated, diaphragm spasming, tibial head fractured, voice functional in 7 minutes, prognosis for return of full right leg motor function, 6 weeks. Threat to success of mission, minimized.
Hey, you stop!
Sherlock? Nice to see you too.
Will you walk into my parlor? Said the spider to the fly. 'Tis the prettiest parlor you ever did spy. Really, Holmes, I expected more from your comrade. Not much, but a little. Your silence is telling.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't count him out just yet. There might be enough of old Sherlock left to surprise you.
I can't take that chance. This is my one shot, and I'm not going to blow it. Sherlock is a risk that I should not be taking.
But you're doing what the message said.
It just so happens that cutting the power to the building will make it easier to find Holmes and easier to rescue him when we do. Doesn't look like Sherlock's plan worked out that well after all.
And they've got Holmes too. You have to figure out a way to help them. Maybe we could just...
Somebody's coming.
It's funny. I think I'm as disappointed in Sherlock as you are. It seems both of us were expecting more from him. How does it feel, Sherlock? How does it feel to let down the only person you call friend? Nothing to say? I understand. You're going to want to see this, Sherlock.
A sword? Really? What is this, the 1950s? Your Majesty?
What? You're not! It's you.
Your master's stupid.
terror is at an end, Mr. Masked Man. Let's see what you're hiding under there.
That time will come. For now, you seem to have miscalculated your position.
An interesting observation coming from the one at the end of a barrel.
Sherlock?
You forget whose orchestra you are attending.
Sherlock! He's behind me, isn't he?
Oh! My. How the tables have turned. Without evident need, Sherlock. But as I said, my orchestra. I can show you all right now. Within the lesson, your lesson would not be learned. Fetch him his sword.
A sword?
Leave us. Not you. You stay and guard the prisoners.
That man was scary.
How could you tell? All you could see were his feet.
They were very scary footsteps.
He passed 5 minutes ago. I'm sure we're safe now.
After you.
Chivalry ain't dead. This place is crawling with masked goons.
We need to cut the power.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. In the movies, we would conveniently stumble into the room we're looking for. But here we are in a glorified broom closet.
Do you hear that?
Is that swords?
Sounds like it.
Great. We've stumbled into Narnia.
Here, let me take a look.
Ow!
Ow!
I barely touched you.
Oh, something jabbed my back. Oh, what was it? Do you have a light?
Yes. That's convenient.
Still so
What does that even mean?
That is a very big man. Thanks, Captain Obvious.
You should probably do something.
Why don't you do something?
I'm facing the wrong direction.
What?
Hey, Sherlock, why don't we give you this?
Did you just spit on the floor?
Take it. It'll help you break out of them cuffs. Gross. Sherlock said to get that broom over there against the wall. Said you know what to do with it.
I don't see a broom.
It's behind the goon. Of course. All you you gotta do is get them cuffs off and wait till the time is right.
That's a big guy.
You can take him. Don't worry. I've got your back.
This is a horrible idea.
Always hasty, never calculated. And your guard is still too low.
Why are you doing this? Why did you take Holmes?
This was never about Holmes. It was about you, and settling our score, once and for all.
Then why'd you even bring him into this?
Because you lacked motivation. So I had to take the only thing you cared about, other than yourself.
That was your big mistake then, wasn't it? Who are you? Barnes? I trusted you. But I never liked you.
I know. I never liked you either.
Why don't you fight me like a man? Fight you like a man, I die!
I think he's dozing off. Now's your chance.
Oops.
You're doing great.
Don't try it. You have no idea how good this feels. I'm almost sorry I put you through this, Sherlock. You know, I thought about killing you when I first found you, but this is too good.
You should have killed me then.
Like I said, I could have, but then lessons would not be learned, and I would find myself much less satisfied.
Now that you have me where you want me, a simple why would be nice.
You really don't know why any of this is happening, do you?
I'm just here to get my friend back.
As I knew you would be. Well, since you'll be dead in a few minutes, I might as well give you some sort of closure. Wind the clocks back 15 years. You and I attended this academy together.
What of it? We weren't the only ones.
Of course not. But we were the only ones that mattered.
Thought I was the humble one.
I'm sure you remember how hard I studied, how much work I put in. Well, you didn't even care.
I didn't even want to go to this school, but Father's orders. He wouldn't have me be outdone by my gifted sisters.
Well, some of us wanted to be there. I practiced all day, studied all night. I never got the recognition that I deserved.
Really? That's what this is all about? You're jealous because the professor favored me? I didn't even care!
And that's why you didn't deserve to be the favorite. That's what this, all of this, has been about. You finally getting what you deserve.
We're supposed to be the good guys.
There are no good guys, Sherlock. That's what I learned at this academy. Only winners and losers. And they both come out with the same amount of blood on their hands.
You're wrong. If we're all bad guys, I wouldn't be here with your sword at my throat.
It's merely semantics at this point. You know, he's gonna miss you when you're gone.
Guess that makes me the good guy. When should we turn them off?
I don't know. His message didn't say.
I think we should do it now.
Alright. Now's as good a time as any. Hit it.
Guess this means we won.
I think we did.
We need to be careful, Holmes. We dispatched a fair share of them, but I think the masks still have us in numbers.
I suspect they won't have much fight left now that you took down their boss.
Speaking of our friend Barnes, do be a good chap and tie him up for me. We wouldn't want him getting away. Of course.
You didn't happen to see Barnes walking by you by chance, did you?
No. Why would we?
I had no idea he'd be here.
Neither did we.
Say our best course of action is to quit this place as soon as possible. Barnes is still out there and there's no telling what he's planning next.
I wouldn't worry about the masks. My boys are rounding them all up.
Your timing is impeccable, Mr.
Moriarty. Acting FBI Director James Moriarty. It seems Mr. Barnes' actions have driven the higher-ups to make last-minute changes. They dragged me out of a peaceful retirement to restore order to a once-esteemed branch of federal government.
What is the meaning of this? Why do they have Agent Barnes?
Are you gonna tell her, or should I?
Suppose it's best if I tell her. Your boss was involved in some rather illegitimate business activities involving our pals, the masks.
He was working with them?
More along the lines of leading them.
Leading them? How is that possible?
Allow me to explain. The case of the missing Holmes was merely a diversion for a much more sinister plot, devised by none other than Barnes himself. I was of course suspicious all along, but it required no small amount of deception and sleight of hand to foil him at his own game.
When did you figure out he was the mask?
An excellent question. It all started with the goon we interrogated after the airport. He told me the mask knew we would be there. No doubt he was expecting us and wanted us to capture one of their own in order to divert suspicion towards you, my allies.
I knew all along that you didn't trust us.
Or so I needed you to believe.
Wait, you wanted us to think you didn't trust us?
Why, of course. It was crucial to the playing of my second hand. You see, up until we arrived at the office, Barnes had me exactly where he wanted me. He had cleverly turned me against you, forcing me to approach him alone, as he had intended all along. I might have fallen for his scheme had he not made a critical error. When I first encountered Barnes, he was carrying a black briefcase. Not unusual for someone of his occupation, but he made the mistake of leaving it in my office. It no doubt contained documents sensitive to his plan. Not that I would know. I never opened it. It was gone after the mask tore apart my office.
Hold on. Who's to say the mask didn't just take it because it was there? How can you tie that to Barnes?
Again, an excellent question. I thought the same thing, until Barnes did me the favor of removing any doubt when I encountered him outside my office prior to arriving at the academy. When he got out of his car, I caught a glimpse of the exact same briefcase, sitting beside him, removing any doubt of his nefarious intentions.
Remarkable.
Quite. Now that I was assured of Barnes' culpability, all that remained was to foil the spider in his very own web.
Does foiling mean almost killing you?
A necessary risk. I never doubted your throwing arm for a second.
How did you convince that goon to give us the message about the lights?
It was easier than you might think, considering it was I under the mask all along.
Of course.
Who is that wearing your coat?
Our new friend, Mr. Streams. Turns out one whose loyalty can be bought at such a low price proves quite invaluable, provided we're the ones doing the buying.
It all worked out famously, as far as I'm concerned. Now that I am acting director, I will ensure that Barnes does not create any more problems for the fine people of this city.
This isn't over.
I'm afraid it is. This will be the last time you'll be harming anyone for a long time. It seems a new position has opened up in the agency, if you're interested.
Me? I don't know what to say to that.
Provided, of course, you get a good recommendation from your field assignment.
She's a little uptight. She packs a mean punch. Much too smart for a ragtag outfit like the FBI, but I'm sure she'll take it purely out of principle. You're lucky to have her.
That we are. Really, Miss Fields, you would have climbed the career ladder a lot faster if you would have told them who your mother was.
Yes, sir, but I preferred to advance myself on my own merit, not my mother's.
I understand. Still, Irene Adler was a remarkable woman. Her name alone would qualify you for special agent. And you, Mr. Doyle, your assistance with this case has been most invaluable. I hope you will be available the next time the agency requires the finest of consulting detectives.
Call me anytime.
Made some rather destructive friends while you were away.
I didn't know you could make any friends. So I guess this is an improvement.
It's good to see you, Holmes.
Sherlock.
It's nothing really, just 2 cracked ribs, 1 broken.
Oh, just 2 cracked ribs.
And 1 broken.
Thank you, by the way. If it weren't for you, I don't know what would have happened.
I didn't do it alone. Barnes, he accidentally picked me a good team.
You guys seem to work well together.
Well enough. So, you're a doctor now.
Well, not exactly. I finished medical school. I still have residency.
Dr. Holmes. Has a bit of a ring to it. I suppose you'll be starting soon.
Yeah, very soon.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I'm sure you'll carry on famously.
Thank you. So, what's next for you?
I don't know, I guess I'll start by cleaning up my office, and after that, who knows?
I wish you the best of luck as well.
Been a good run.
That it has. You know, Sherlock.
Yes, Holmes?
I might need a little break. Some time to relax, gather my thoughts.
Really?
Would you look at this? It seems like Mrs. Roberts has gone missing. Sounds like a pretty open and shut case to me, don't you think?
Holmes? The game is afoot.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Moriarty, the grand puppeteer. You really blew it this time. The whole scheme.
Perhaps you've miscalculated your purpose in all of this. You performed exactly as I expected you to. As did Sherlock. Don't worry, Barnes. You will be compensated for your inconvenience as soon as your sentence is carried out in full. How many years is it again? Take him away.